Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
When he delivered his State of the Union address in March, Joe Biden framed the state of the American economy as a true success story, pointing to the historically low unemployment rate and falling inflation as signs of the country's robust recovery from the early days of the coronavirus pandemic. "I inherited an economy that was on the brink. Now, our economy is literally the envy of the world," the U.S. president said. "And it takes time, but the American people are beginning to feel it." As Biden frequently boasts, 15 million jobs have been created since he took office, and the unemployment rate now stands at 4% after 41 consecutive months of job gains, following the longest stretch of sub-4% unemployment since the 1960s. Inflation has also cooled, after the annual consumer price index hit a peak of 9.1% in June 2022. Stock markets have hit new highs, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average passing 40,000 points for the first time ever. The International Monetary Fund predicted last month that the U.S. economy was on track to grow at double the rate of any other G7 nation this year. But so far, many Americans are not buying what Biden is selling. According to a Harris poll conducted for U.S. News last month, 56% of Americans wrongly believe that the U.S. economy is in a recession, even though the country's GDP has grown in recent months. Republicans were more likely to hold that belief, with 67% of them saying the economy is in a recession compared with 49% of Democrats and 53% of independents. The survey continued a trend of Republicans reporting higher levels of pessimism about the nation's finances since Biden took office. But the relationship between political identity and consumer sentiment has actually been documented for decades, intensifying alongside partisanship in recent years. This political bias offers a partial, although far from complete, explanation for Americans' persistently dour opinions of the nation's finances. In recent weeks, U.S. News has dispatched reporters to key swing counties in battleground states, and voters representing a wide array of political views expressed disappointment with the higher cost of living. As Lamario Brown, a former city council member in Fort Valley, Georgia, and local pecan farmer, said, "It doesn't matter if we're Republican or Democrat, we all got to eat." With less than 5 months left before Election Day, Biden must find a way to break through the gloom and sell his vision of economic success. The partisan skew in perceptions of the economy dates back at least to the Reagan administration, as the University of Michigan's National Consumer Confidence data shows. With a Republican in the White House, Republicans are much more likely than Democrats to say the economy is strong, and the same principle applies when a Democrat takes office. Though the correlation between political identity and consumer sentiment has long been recognized by economists, it appears to have grown stronger in recent years. One study from the University of Florida, based on decades of data from the Florida Consumer Attitude Survey, found that state residents reported notably higher levels of consumer confidence after their preferred party regained control of the White House. In the fall of 2016, after Trump won the presidential race, Republicans started expressing much more optimism about their personal finances. Over time, these shifts have gotten bigger and bigger. It's true that, somehow, this kind of partisanship has been increasing, said Hector Sandoval, director of the Economic Analysis Program at the University of Florida's Bureau of Economic and Business Research. Sandoval noted that, in 2016, the shift in sentiment can be observed in the immediate month after Trump won the election in November, even though he did not take office until January. "That's even kind of striking because nothing has really happened by this time," Sandoval said. "The change in power isn't until the next year, in January. But already by then you see how the consumer sentiment is changing a lot." Although Democrats' consumer attitudes have also been found to vary depending on the national political environment, Sandoval's research found this shift to be particularly pronounced among Republicans, a finding that has been corroborated by other studies. Ryan Cummings, who previously worked for Biden's Council of Economic Advisors, and Neil Mahoney, who served as an advisor to